And it was many times proved that he would not discuss anything about his own writings at all. And subsequently, some of his colleagues and contemporaries understood passages, just parallels and copies from the works of Francis Bacon, and subsequently some few lines about alchemy also. And when they questioned about certain things, the answer of Francis Bacon was, a pure mind lives in the minds of others. So that you can use your pure mind to live with the mind of anyone in his body and train the other person to rectify his mind and body. So he used this symbolism, Francis Bacon, and he didn't use it consistently. Certain things he gave the tables completely, about certain things he did not give. And he says, a person born on a Sunday, when he is suffering from anything, any pain or any so-called disease, physical or mental, can just have a piece of pure sulfur placed on his pulse on Sunday, then he will find himself better. And he used to control the temperature to normal of those people who are born on Sundays. And they advised them to use continuously until their mind was purified. And he has given the equation of the moon with what we call calcium, and among the metals, silver, and among the gases, nitrogen, the producer of vitamins. He used the symbol of to denote K or potassium, and a gas which in those days he called mercury, which we cannot now decipher, and he equated it with the metal which we call now the mercury. And he gave us one more table and not the other planets, that is Saturn. He used plumbum or lead. Under the metals he used plumbum or lead. Your daily office and profession items, because office activity is routine activity and not original activity. Suppose a musician is sleeping after a beautiful dinner in the night, and throughout the night he begins to snore. He says like that. And if his wife boasts that her husband was singing all through the night and that it was all music, is it correct? He may be a musician, it is true, but he is only a musician when he is awake. While sleeping, he is no more a musician. Similarly, in our routine work, we can't have it as our practice of the etheric body. We should have some other items other than the routine. They may belong to some branch of art, like music or painting or picture drawing or poetry, or it may be something like yogic way of routine. That is practice of meditation according to Patanjali, etc. Or regulating your activities in the path of devotion, daily trying to offer yourself up or dedicate yourself up to your own God. All such attempts, when done continuously with a purpose and devotion, they will regulate your subtler bodies, clean your etheric body, and make it healthy and pure day by day. These methods are far more scientific than what the scientist knows about you. So, the one duty is to see that the etheric body is kept pure and regular. And a good understanding of the network of the etheric body is required. Suppose there is a thick blanket made of cotton, a sheet of cloth to make your own pant, another thinner than it for to have a t-shirt, and a thinner one to have a handkerchief. How the one differs from the other, though the whole thing is made up of cotton. So you find many types of fabrics in cotton. Similarly, you have many layers of etheric substance in your etheric body. The one is that attracts the heat and light from the sun's rays. That is the most important. As long as that body, that center is working, we are expected to live without any medicine. And there is no possibility of contracting any disease at all or any contagion at all. That center is what we call the spleen center. Not the spleen, but the spleen center in the spine, which the ancients called Swadhisthana. It is responsible for the number of calories of heat that is being produced in your body. Why the corpse does not produce any heat? That center is closed and it attracts no more of the solar rays. You can ask me, how can we attract the solar rays during night time, after sunset? Solar rays attracting does not mean directly when the sun is looking at us. It means the influence of sun upon the earth, showering his rays wherever we are, in which angle we are from the sun. May it be night or day, our spleen center is attracting the energy from the solar rays. And there is another function to this spleen center. It converts the energy of the food material into the calories of heat. The food is taken in and it goes through the digestive system. It gets digested and analyzed and eliminated. And what is it that we are getting from the food? We believe that we are getting the essence of the food. No doubt, up to the level of blood, we are getting the essence of our food. To some extent, it is true. Beyond the level of the physical tissues, we are not at all getting anything. Then what for this food material is utilized? what for the physical tissues are being utilized? Are they maintaining us? Are we eating the physical cells of our body? Not at all. What is the purpose served by the wick of a candle when candle is burning? Is it feeding the light of the flame? Not at all. Is the oil feeding the light of the flame? Not at all. The oil is providing millions and millions of intelligences traveling towards the flame. And the wick is the bridge upon which these workers are traveling towards light. Fire is there in space, but it is made visible fire by these intelligences, and it is made heated fire by these intelligences, and also lighted fire. We see the original fire decomposed into heat and light. That is what the devas in the candle units and the wick are doing. They are never bringing any light. There is already fire in space, which they are decomposing into light and heat. Just as a dynamo or an electromagnet does. Similarly, the same thing, same purpose is being served by food in our constitution. Your consciousness is not strengthened or enlightened by food, but the decomposition process that takes place during the assimilation and metabolism releases energy from the food atoms, and this energy is not at all physical, and that is released in terms of calories of heat. And when the purpose of the fuel is finished in what we call food, once again the matter is thrown away. New material is taken in the form of tomorrow's food, and the atoms are decomposed to make a release of the extra calories of heat required tomorrow, and the material substance is again sent out. So, no one of us are eating food in its real sense. Food is to our body what fire is to cooking, what fuel or the firewood is to cooking. No fool mistakes that the wood in the fire is taking the shape of the food in the vessel. Similarly, when you know about the etheric body, you will understand that you are taking nothing from your food. The calories of energy in the form of heat is taken from the food material. And previously it was stored in the food materials from the sun's rays. And after receiving, it is transformed into either electricity or magnetism or radioactive principle. That is reason why our health or our span depends upon our capacity to assimilate, not the quantity of the food we eat. What is it that we call our strength, our resistance? It is the quantum or the capacity of our etheric body to extract the required number of calories from food that we call our strength. When this capacity is feeble, when the passage between the etheric body and the physical vehicle is narrow, We say that the fellow is delicate in health and weak in constitution. What happens if you feed the strongest foods to that fellow? He will immediately go sick and die. What happens if you feed him with all the vitamins and the proteins of the world? At first, he begins to improve a little. Afterwards, there is no improvement at all. And if you still push some more vitamins into the constitution, he goes into one type of sickness with a series of reactions. These are some of the factors to be considered when we become conscious of the existence of the etheric body. And this spleen center controls the number of calories required according to the temperature outside. When it is chill outside, it produces more number of calories and keeps the body hot, warm. When we go to the hot countries, when the temperature is too much, it makes a perspiration of the body and keeps the temperature less. We have automatic regulators of temperature according to the climate. So when we do not misuse it, and when we do not prefer to use the AC apparatus frequently, air conditioning apparatus frequently, the spleen center remains active for a very long period of life and preserves its capacity to adapt to the environment, and the basic health is not disturbed. Similarly, there is another center which we call the base center or Mooladhara. That center controls the solid material of the physical body, so that the required quantity of the required chemicals like calcium, phosphorus, sulfur are accepted into the constitution through our food. When that center is disturbed, there is the disturbance in the physical tissues of the body. And there is another center which we call the navel center or Manipura. It controls the water content of our constitution. And when the constitution requires water, it makes us feel thirsty. When the constitution is cleaned, it empties our bladder. So there will be a proper distribution and a qualitative and quantitative control of water in our constitution by the Manipura. What we call chakras are the fabrics of various textures of the same cotton which we call the etheric matter. And then we have what is called the heart center or the Anahata chakra, which controls the pulsations of the muscles and nerves of our body, which controls the expansion and contraction of every part, every center of the body, which we call the peristaltic action of the body. For example, the lungs are controlled in their expansion and contraction to respire. The heart is controlled of its expansion and contraction. And so there is the function of the heart. When the etheric center of the heart center is disturbed, there will be disturbance in the cardiac functioning, which the cardiologist can never understand, because the cardiologist is concerned only with the physical heart and its muscles and nerves. Functioning heart is different from the structural heart. Here the functioning heart is what we call the etheric center. This heart center controls the pulsations of any part of the body. And what we call the throat center controls what we call the sound vibrations. That means our relationship with the space in which we live in. There is a bolt fixed between our physical body and the space we live in through this center. The bolt exists on the etheric body because space is ether in its content. Just as a vessel immersed in a river is filled with the same water as the river and have its own connection at the lid with the water of the river. Similarly, the throat center keeps the connection between our body, space and the space outside. And it works as the regulator of our space consciousness. And then we have what is called the Bro center, the Ajna chakra, which fixes up the physical matter to our mental body. There is a bolt to our physical body with which the physical matter is fixed up with our mind. These are the popular functional centers in the etheric body, which control solids, liquid, fire, air and ether and mind. So this is the ladder for us to climb up from our physical earth to the finer and finer kingdoms up to God. And these centers are located in the etheric body. And every day the etheric matter is absorbed from the sun's rays. And our earth has its etheric body only made up of our sun's rays. And through these fabrics of each of these centers, our thoughts travel and they are galvanized. And the result is the force is channelized through the cerebrospinal system and the etheric matter of the etheric body flows uniformly as a current of river with its branches into the many limbs and organs according to the need, serving the purpose of healing, nourishing and feeding the